song shall we listen?
So, did you have that word with...
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday. Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to.
Trouble with your gear, or...
What do you want?
That it?
My Lord Marquis, that some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home there.
It's true. The village...
I have many. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my aunt.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist...
But my training is not yet complete.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. But I'm not as hard. Rebuild her home.
Yes, thank you.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've come...
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with Akashi?
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Clive. But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone. Do you think this ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking.
I know this is your hideaway, but you really shouldn't be in here. If Mid caught you rifling through her research, she'd have your head. Then mine for...
What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is...
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it? Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Have you noticed there are more ether floods these days? Some say the skies are to blame, but then there were ether floods before all this, weren't there?
spoils if Tyre ain't around, eh?
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
Who's that?
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. But we definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope, nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. There's something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what I'd call honest fare.
Oh, who needs honesty when they can have majesty? Oh,
You reckon there's any more treasure in the orchestrion? Only one way to find out.
He's a surly soaker.
Sid, do you recall?
Vaguely.
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of them all. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe...
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to... I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound.
And all you need is a
That is correct. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have... Why, a notice concerning...
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer, I know.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Speaking of which, I'm...
Worried about him.
Afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a... So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out... And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're...
I'd speak to him. Well...
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon.
All right. I'll meet you by the forge, then.
She can't get... Glory to Griga.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary.
in day. Will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if...
I know better than to order type.
Thank you.
Well, Talia, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished it. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them...
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy.
You wouldn't, Talia. Surely. There must be something we can...
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodrigo.
We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. I can make the draft if you can bring...
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forest. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not it. And you got...
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you.
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said...
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so odd?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together. Back...
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blow. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment Vastus improved, though. Wouldn't I?
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it, mad?
It matters, because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even after.
So what? You're an armourer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armour keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my up because the curse breakers deserve better than second, and I refuse to be shown up by the likes of...
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride. And focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed, and provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't...
What'd you say, Blackthorn? And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then?
In Dravojd, my old village. He won't have left.
Dravojd, eh? That rings a bell. Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravojd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. Let's go.
Yeah!
Be safe. If that's what I think it is, this isn't gonna be easy. Rest well. I know I will.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
This one.
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodrigo will have prepared the other ingredients by now. Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see it.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise. I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking...
All right. Just... don't go starting anything.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravaged. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. He'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill.
Good luck.
Good day. Thank you. May we meet again.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your...
Sorry, but if none of you lot can smell oil...
Never in all my long years have things been as bad as they are now. Without magic to feed the furnaces, we're doomed.
Isn't there anything we can do to help? It doesn't seem fair, the menfolk having to deal with all this on their own.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back?
Should be enough to last us a few moons, at least.
That's my obituary written then.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it!
Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something. If this keeps
Oh,
up,
we'll be ruined. So bearer's magic's no more useless. It's no use. The flames just aren't hot enough.
Piss.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back?
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you.
As a personal favor to him.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, what turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership outdied. There are two kinds of smiths in this world. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk, and the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and shit, a kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats, and bit by bit, people started. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty idea until the crystals run out at any rate.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of...
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a... What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be... Clive. Dravozd won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we... The way I see it, it's your decision.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge, and you'd be throwing it away.
All right. This place was your home. I went to... Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was let this be another step on the road to Dravozd will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it, of course. It's like hearing...
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamanders. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand it. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Karab.
Time for a spot of hunting, man.
But if we can't find forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Sorry, but if none of you lot can smell oil...
What's the point of mining this shit if no...
Miners only. Can't have you tripping headfirst into a pile and bringing the whole place down.
This is no time to ride.
The sky sucked up all the ether or something.
Come on. Let's make this quick, shall we? You deserve a rest. No holding back. This one. I dare say that would be enough for a decent set of bellows.
What's this all about then?
Don't know. Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Right then. Time to put these louds, but everyone pulls their weight. We'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it...
You know what this means?
I do.
Sorry about early. That thing you built us is... You've saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pit coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only for... I've always envied. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spit. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. But he took up. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day, and all these things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back. I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for...
You deserve a rest. Just any more look at it. All right then. Let's try.
Ugh.